last couple weeks I spent time with our band that we partnered with from Eastern Europe. They're called Spasenia, which means salvation, and it's really cool what they're doing. They're a part of our Eurasia region. So as we finished up the concert one night, and I talked about what Greater Europe Mission's doing throughout Eurasia and throughout Europe, and how young people can get involved, as a girl then came up, and I remember it so clearly because I spoke about how I was at this university about 7 years ago, and I was sitting in these seats and I was thinking, how could God ever use me, or what would He ever do in my life? And now I'm working with people all over the world. I'm working with Greater Europe Mission in the UK and in Eurasia, and helping to build movements and see people pour into movements of the gospel throughout those regions. And if anybody there in the crowd wanted to come talk to me about their journey, I'd love to talk to them. And afterwards, as I sat in the back of the booth selling some merchandise and CDs, this girl came up. I could see she was just so eager to come up and talk to me. And she said, I really want to get involved in missions. I really want to get involved in making a difference in the world. And I want to do that. I really feel called to do that through Europe or through European regions. And so I said, well, do you go to the university? And she said, no, I don't have enough money to come back to the university. I used to. But what happened is I'd fallen away from the Lord, and I really wanted to make my life count. So I came to this school, but then I didn't have enough money to finish, and now I'm just waiting to see where God could put me next. And as she said this, she had tears in her eyes, and it really kind of broke my heart, because there was something just stirring in her heart that wanted to get involved. And she said, I've seen so much for a girl my age, and I fell away from God, but He called me back to Himself. And so at that I asked, well, what called you back to Himself? And she said, Him alone. It was Him. It was His hope. It was His salvation. It was His love. He did it. And I said, how did that happen? She said, it was just through Him. And so as I thought about the ministries we get involved in, I thought about how these guys from Belarus were talking about the movements that they were seeing, and I thought about this girl who really wanted to serve and give her life with everything. That it's not so much about us, and I'm continually challenged by that. It has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with God. And He calls people back to Himself, but that we get to be a part of it.
Искала родное, и каждый день сердце не знает.